Why, hello there. I wasn't expecting to see you here. Actually, literally, I was getting ready to prepare a recording of... Alright, everyone, no Psychonauts episode this week because everything is busy.
You underestimated how much capacity I have to do some shit.
Uh-huh.
Or rather, you estimated it very well, but I had an unusual ability to do shit this week.
Alright, then. We're just doing a little more cleanup. This is not going to be a particularly stressful time. It's going to be me and Fox hanging out and talking, and inevitably at some point the dog will bark, and Ferrari will comment, dog, with a timestamp.
Yay! It's a tradition.
Yeah.
He's looking very snuggly at the moment. We might get away with it this week.
Yeah, well, it's not going to be a long episode.
We'll see.
Figuring. Well, the thing is, after this, we're going to watch anime.
I'm going to cut the record short just because I want to watch anime.
That's a good responsible anime watcher behavior. You know, anime is great, but it's not more important than most of real life.
Also, the anime will last longer.
That's true. That's true. It's a fucking corker of a season. But we'll save that for the big, long video about us talking about the anime we watched this season, which will, based on previous years, be about 4 hours.
Tune in for that. It will probably also have a dog barking in it.
Yeah. Yeah, well, there's no way to avoid that with anything that as long as this, so...
Oh, he's a good boy.
So, again.
Just gets concerned when things are not about him. Whomst among us cannot identify.
Well, I'm a cis guy, so unfortunately that's pretty much how I was trained to see the world. One of the problems with coming back after having done such a pretty good job on the first pass through is that now the actual... Oh, there they are. There's some figments. Right, good.
Oh, right. This is the multi-genre, multiple aspects of your personality one, isn't it?
Yeah, this is Ford's follicles.
Oh, no, different place. I was thinking about the librarian.
Oh, yes. She also has a different version of the same idea, which indicates that this game is clearly garbage for hacks.
Just repeating the same ideas over and over. No creativity at all. I say as you do platforming on hair combs, slowly smoothing through a giant fucking hair doll.
Alright. Oh.
Well, I'm really glad it at least tells you what section they're in. Also, it's going to be really hard for me to see them around here.
Yeah. Unfortunately, one of the side effects of this particular zone. Okay, that's two. There's two more over there. I can use time slow.
Oh.
Here. It's okay. Like, what am I giving up? Health?
I assumed you were doing it on purpose.
There we go. That's two more. There's the dog.
Dog. Pass me the bribery.
Have a jar of bribery.
I'm on bribery duty. Little bit of ASMR.
Yeah. Yes. For those students, God, for those attention payers, like the joke we used to do on one of our first podcasts was we would always refer to the listener,
yeah.
as if there was exactly one of you.
But if we're gonna do that, we should just call them by name at this point.
Well, the problem is that I know that there's more than one of them, and I can't make that joke without making someone feel left out.
Aww.
And that's like a dick move, you know?
Alright, well, we'll just call them chat.
Chat.
Everyone's chat.
Chat, is this real? I have become...
no. It's, you're inside a brain. That's the whole point.
I have become ridiculously fond of Grok. Is this real? As like a sign of like this exact overlap of thoughtful enough to be skeptical of things, but too stupid to realize that being on Twitter is bad for your brain.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, all of the lie bots are dreadful. But if you had to pick a worse one, it would be the Nazi Twitter one.
Uh-huh. Well, just because it means you have to be on Twitter to use it.
Yeah.
Well,
then nobody should be on Twitter anymore.
Like, say what you want about Copilot, and I will. You know, you can just go to copilot.com and look at it. and ask it stupid questions.
I mean, it's essentially built into your fucking Windows these days, so...
Can't be right. Did I already just sweep through this level that fast? Holy mackerel!
Unless you're a good and virtuous Windows 11 denier.
May I trouble you for
Windows 11 doesn't exist. It's not real and it can't hurt you.
And, by the way, I'm not actually being smug about that. I'm really annoyed that I'm still stuck with Windows. I'm this close to dual booting Linux, I just haven't found one that works with fucking high DPI yet.
Pretty much. I'm like expecting my environment to evolve into that stage to the point where it becomes easy for me because I can just ask a friend, hey, can you fix this thing? This thing is Windows.
Like, the way this shit normally works is that I, like, field test some open source thing for long enough to go, alright, I know how to fix it when it falls over, so now I'm gonna try and persuade Talen to get into it.
Pretty much. And, like, we've had that happen, like, that's how I got into using GIMP, and that was 20 years ago.
Yep, that was the first one, I think.
Uh-huh.
Though, ironically, the first time it ever happened, it was you. Because you were a fucking Netscape Navigator nerd.
It's true. I had the weirdest actual allegiance to Netscape Navigator because I was at just the right age to be convinced that there was an actual fight there that I was somehow part of.
Well, I mean, Internet Explorer was worth avoiding. It's never not been worth avoiding.
Mm-hmm. Let's do the shark. Let's do the Tomb of the Sarcophagus.
If only because, as we should well know from Chrome at this point, monopoly on web browsers is really fucking bad. Nobody should have
I
that.
guess Ford really doesn't have anything
I
else
learned
to hide.
something
I really didn't want to come back
incredible
here.
about.
I'll
Don't
make
even
it
know
quick.
what it is. It's an old fork of. Oh, help me out, web developer here. I'll be using these terms, and you need to translate them into the correct things. I think it's called Electrum,
I'm not super in the know about this stuff.
or it's a Chromium variant. Like it's
Are you talking about... Okay, so the thing that people build apps in that's essentially just Chrome,
Yeah,
right?
like
That's
how
Electron.
like how secretly under the hood you just open Discord, you press the right keys, and it'll go, "Hi there, you're looking at a web page."
Which, is probably not a great idea programmatically speaking, but I kind of really fucking love it because it means if you know CSS, you can make shit do whatever you want.
Yeah.
I'm so powerful.
Well, we knew that, but also in the context of the CSS Discord, like it's a suitably interesting thing. There is a genuinely meaningful relationship, and anyway. So I think it's Chromium is the platform that it's all like built on under the hood.
Yeah, Chromium is what the browser itself is.
That's it.
It's like the engine, I think you would call
every
it.
figment in this mine.
I mean, I'm not a fucking expert, but that's my understanding.
Uh-huh. I'm missing a memory vault. Ugh. How am I missing a memory? Seems almost impossible. Where could it be hiding? Anyway, well, but yeah, the browser that was used for like little apps, I don't know which one it was. So like, don't ask me for tech support, but the thing I heard was that they were having to replace, and this is like a friend saying, sorry, we're having to replace all these apps we were using in this space because a vulnerability was found in this, and almost all of the people building on this fork have like just left it. So it's like, this program works.
Nuts.
And then someone discovers a vulnerability in this version of the program. So, and this is like, apps that are effectively websites. So they're like chat programs and image sharers and like little mini games like Gardic Phone and stuff like that. I don't even know which ones they are. But the thing is, it had a vulnerability in it, which was, it's not just you get a link and you click on it and it produces an effect. It's a link where if you mouse over it to preview where it goes, that gives the thing enough access to your browser to mess with stuff.
No! That's how you check whether a link is dodgy or not.
Yeah.
That's the exact thing that you need it not to do.
Yeah. Apparently there is a version of Chromium where someone discovered that particular level of oh no.
That's fucking gruesome.
Donk.
No, not again!
Yeah.
Okay, bye.
And there's a memory vault in here somewhere.
Jeez. Next time we do this, I should come in with like a checklist of common phobias that Psychonauts is gonna trip up.
Oh yeah, buried alive. I recently played a Yuri Jam, the Toxic Yuri Jam visual novel thing a friend made, and like it's a perfectly good little visual novel thing. It's a jam game. They're all made reasonably quickly, so like complaining that like, well, there weren't enough choices in this game. Like, people made this thing in a weekend. Leave it alone. But the specific thing that sprung to my mind looking at it was the content warning for the game. It's just like half a page long on the itch.io page. Like, we're gonna do all this. We're gonna do a bunch of messed up stuff.
That's very thoughtful.
Yep.
Yeah, it is tricky to be writing for an audience that like wants exactly the right amount of fucked up shit.
Yeah.
So like you've got to be really careful not to hurt anyone, but also like it's not like you could just not put the fucked up shit in, because that's kind of what people are coming for.
Yeah, people are coming to this kitchen to find this fork.
Yeah.
This is one of the problems, well, one of the many problems in the related space.
May I trouble you for
I personally think that getting used to and getting in the habit of making content warnings for the work I produce, especially on the blog, is really valuable.
Great idea.
Because it gets me to think about that. One, it's just part of the overall structure, which means the word count gets a little more forgiving. Like, you've always got to, like, you've got to put the word count there, so you've got to put the thing there, so, like, you know, if you've got a word count you're trying to hit and it's a hard day, that makes things a little easier. Which, you know... Look, students pad their word counts, so do their teachers. It's fine.
Yeah, but you're not a student. Your word count goals are your own. You can just go, I don't need the remaining 100 words.
Not untrue.
I can do what I fucking want.
Uh-huh. Though, in your case, in this case, largely the reason why I try to keep a word count in my blog post is because you get disappointed and you're like, oh, is that it?
It's not about the word count. It's about coming to a satisfactory closer. And you tend to do pretty abrupt closes.
No.
When I'm still going. But I wanted to know about things.
Out of existence.
Buddy.
Oh no, that's happening in a few minutes.
Oh,
I want you to settle down, buddy.
But I don't want you. I want treats.
I better get my cleanup done quick.
The eternal struggle of dog. But yeah,
So hard to be dog. I just got a bone the size of my own head for lunch. But I feel like I don't get enough treats.
Anyway, I disagree that I do pretty abrupt endings, because, like, if nothing else, this year I have very dedicatedly been fighting that.
I was gonna say, less so these days, because after I mentioned it the first few times, you were like, fine, I'll make the goblin smile.
But yeah, trying to get my word count to about 1,000 words minimum for everything. And then I'll make an article that's like 15,000 words, and you'll be like, huh, what? About midway through.
That's not true. I'm normally a very attentive listener.
It's
Just if I'm working and doing something else, I might not realize that
Yeah.
I'm not listening until it's much too late.
Yep. And to be fair, no one should have to listen to the Tokyo article except those who are really already complete perverts of webcomic drama.
And also, you're aware that that's just kind of how my brain works. Like,
Yeah.
it's... I'm not saying it's not annoying that this fork was in the kitchen, but...
Well, you know,
This
it's how
is the
your
kitchen.
brain works and how every brain works, right? That's just how brains work all the time for everyone.
Yeah,
It is
for
a
sure.
completely ordinary way for a brain to work.
Oh yeah, this one! You spent ages trying to get this one the first time through. It's incredibly annoying. By the time you finally got it to the platform, you were like, I don't care, I'm not going after it.
Well, the problem,
Wow, you made it look easy this time.
the problem is...
Skill issue?
Yeah, basically, I just completely failed to notice, like, oh, I can just walk over and grab it from this side.
I honestly thought that you had just given up on it because you were so annoyed with the jump by then. I didn't realize you hadn't even noticed.
Yeah, this one goes nowhere now.
Oh, did there used to be something there?
Yep. But...
Oh yeah, that's right. You get struck out if you're on the lanes. I forgot.
What is
Not
left?
struck out. You get fouled.
What's left in this place? Strike City. One Figment and the bags.
I'm just gonna quickly grab a blanket, because this dog is looking at his bed like, but why is the bed wrong? Oh, Talon's gonna do it. Thanks, Talen.
Yeah, because I'm in the better position to do it. It's okay.
Wanted you to do it and stop the gameplay and everything.
Yeah. We're just talking. Oh.
Alright, now I'm on dog duty.
Now you're on dog duty, especially because he's looking at the other location. I'm like, but why not over here?
Well, we started moving, so now the request has changed.
Yep. There's the Figments in the zone.
I think I've collected
And now
every
we just need to find
figment
some
in this
bags and tags.
Come on, you go in the bed.
One more lift, just for old time's sake.
Oh
For the
yeah!
elevator?
Yeah,
I remember
call
her.
Elle, 'cause, you know, she's touchy about her real name. Thinks Eleonora is too formal for the work site.
I like that kind of
Shush,
joke.
It's a pretty name.
That like, you know, we have the obvious way this joke will end, and then we will do something different. I like when they do that.
Oh! For elevator, I see. I didn't even notice that part.
Yeah, well, in order to appreciate obvious jokes, one must be able to observe the obvious. Which, you know...
I'm a simple goblin. I just appreciated the joke they gave me.
Yeah.
Instead of imagining what other jokes there might have been.
Yeah, and let's face it, you would also,
Hey,
like,
it's
well,
Martin Lucy.
I wouldn't name an elevator L. That's very basic. I wouldn't do that.
Only if I noticed the joke. Which I didn't.
Yeah, you name ordinary objects things all the time
Didn't
for
mean to
other
ruin your
reasons.
date.
This is why we know that in our house there are forks that are wrong.
I was too busy going, aw, they're a couple.
Here, just like I said.
Here comes the big.
It's the end of spring!
Eddie,
Oh, yeah, there's a skip button for this. Alright.
hey, you like the Goggle stage, right?
Yeah.
Who wants a weird apocalypse?
Alright.
Oh, we know you do. You're a Gravity Falls man.
It's true. I believe it's called Weird Mageddon. This is how the world ends. Not with a bang, but with a woo-hoo.
Now look, it's definitely called Weird Mageddon, and that is their Weird Apocalypse. But it is an Weird Apocalypse.
Yeah. And also, I can't do J.K. Simmons.
Oh, I didn't even notice.
You didn't even notice me try.
Nope.
Oh, brutal.
Sorry.
Brutal. Just faded. Just completely wiped out.
Look, you've got a voice,
time
and
to
you can
take
do
a
some
spin in the
voices,
brain
but you don't have his voice.
Yeah.
Yes.
I
I'm
have a
ready to go to the
very
collective
limited range of
unconscious.
actual voices I can do that sound like the thing they're meant to sound like. The issue is I can do them in a way that makes it clear that what I was trying to do.
I was gonna say, the secret is just that you pick voices that are so distinct and characterful that it's hard to mistake them for anything else, even if you do a bad impression.
Like one example in this space is Alex Hirsch's King. Like Alex Hirsch in general has this really distinctive back of the throat fry for when he's putting effort into a voice. And once you notice it, it's like a fucking thumbprint. Like every
I thought
character
this
in Gravity
was straight
Falls,
out
when
of
you notice
existence.
it, there's this moment of like,
Oh no, that's
every single
happening in a
character
few
in Gravity
minutes.
Falls who he voices, there can be this
wow.
moment of like,
Cycle
oh,
continues.
oh, was that meant to
I
be
better get my
Bill
cleanup done
Bill Cipher
quick.
the whole time? Like, no, but like,
Yes, it's not like every character, it's like specifically that's his like manic voice.
yes,
And King and Bill just happen to have similar attitudes in that vein.
yeah.
I love King.
King is a great character.
So cute.
I feel a little weird about it because like there's all this talk about golden ages of TV and animation and whatnot. And, like, it's very hard for me to get around the idea that like I kind of feel, as much as I didn't like Steven Universe, that's kind of where all the really good stuff started, right? Because then you've got the knock-on effects of like the reinvigoration of Gravity Falls being made more available. You've got Owl House as a follow-up to the same crew of people from Steven Universe. There's a lot of knock-on effects.
Look, there's certainly a lot of connections there, but if I was gonna say where to be clear, this is not a golden age. If anything, this is a renaissance.
Yes.
But this upswing of like Western animation for actual kids being just really fucking good by any standards.
You mean when I'm
Like, I feel like it really begins with Avatar.
Yeah, but Avatar was like 20 years ago.
Yeah, it's been going on for a long time. We've been getting great shows for ages.
I suppose that's true. I don't know. I was about to make a joke that, like, you see, the big development you need to have after Avatar is the ability to end a series well. But then it occurred to me that, like, I don't know, Owl House's ending, as much as I loved it, like, it definitely needed a little time in the oven.
Yeah, but it's also super easy to forgive it, because it's very evident how hard they had to rush it.
Uh-huh.
And the fact that it is as good as it is, when you know that it had that much difficulty, is really laudable, you know?
Well, I never.
I'm still, you know, I'm still fucking angry at Disney for the fact that we don't get what it would have been.
Yeah, indeed, a problem. A problem across so many of these is how many things where you can see the shape of what it could have been, and then you don't get it. Like, to use a video game example, my big takeaway from the ending of Disco Elysium, no spoilers, but my big takeaway from the ending was like, oh, this is a regular thing. We could have like a new Disco Elysium every year. There could just be another year where we get like, you know, here's the main character, and here's another really weird case for them to solve. And that'd be cool. Now, that's not what's going to happen, because things have happened over in Estonia.
Oh, so like you could have sort of episodic.
Yeah.
Like Telltale tried to do, but better.
Yeah, and not like...
I guess to be fair, like Telltale did, but better.
Yeah, Telltale absolutely did do episodic shows, episodic games, and
they made them work, for the most part.
Yeah. Telltale's games are a bit of an oddity to me in hindsight, because... I keep coming back to the thought of, like, who's this for? The Sam and Max ones are obviously the ones that loom largest in my mind, because, of course, I really liked Sam and Max, and I didn't much like the Telltale version of them.
It was one of the weaker Telltale projects. But on the other hand, didn't they do Strong Bad's Awesome Game as well?
They might have. That does sound true.
Yeah, I'd have to double check now.
And Strong Bad's,
do this without you.
But I thought that was what it was.
and Strong Bad's Awesome Game for Cool Game for
let's
Attractive
show this
People
kid what we
was
can do,
one of
Al.
my favorite games of its type.
Sorry, cool game for attractive people, yes.
Yeah, it's like, you know, it's not a meaningful discrepancy.
More
you know?
lift, just for old time's sake.
Yeah, and it's not like when I think of I haven't experienced much of the Telltale stuff, but there's quite a bit of that all had that similar sort of episodic approach, and a lot of the sort of narrative to game conceptual stuff kind of shared, but like that's what characterizes them, right?
Yeah.
And I don't think of them as either being like universally beloved and praised, and like no one would argue they weren't all bangers. Nor do I think of them being as just like, you know, a bunch of disasters and this whole thing was a mistake. Like, they seem to have had just like really, you know, modest ups and downs.
I understand one of the big points of discrepancy in the whole arrangement was The Walking Dead, which is like
Will somebody get this kid off our
the thing
construction
that
site?
was to be taken seriously, but which I don't know. Like, it's very hard for me to talk about The Walking Dead in general, because I never was interested in it as a franchise. So
Same. But like it clearly went off with the audience it was meant to have, right? Didn't we get like a TV show and everything?
yeah, the TV show is what led to the Telltale.
Oh, the TV show came first. That makes more sense.
When is quitting time? As soon as we get this
And,
building up. Now let's
the-
get to work. Hey, I'm working.
Hello.
Aha!
That's one. Now I just need to find the tag for the other one.
I like how we've spent like 5 sentences talking about the game during this record. Like, we're just thoroughly in Let's Drown Out territory now.
Yeah, but like, this is us hanging out. This is a thing I was going to do anyway, and I've set up a microphone and I'm recording it because I'm getting to spend some time with someone I love very,
Hey,
very
buddy.
dearly, and
I
after
need to get
all, it's her
someone quick.
birthday this week.
And, you know, it makes sense, because this is, you know, this is the busy work. This is the going back and folding all the sheets.
Uh-huh. We're doing the laundry stage. And,
Yeah.
like, this is a thing you wanted. You wanted to know, like,
No, yeah,
all
I'm
the-
not complaining.
all the things are
Thanks
ticked.
for the ride.
And who could deny a goblin in the birthday goblin week?
Birthday goblin! I didn't actually get to sort of have my birthday on the normal date this year because I was busy as shit.
Yeah, work just absolutely mad. I almost said mogged you, but that's
That was one of the little transport guys I was wasn't it?
yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I basically had a deadline and I was like, I need to do this instead. I can't even really think about birthday. That sucks, but that's how it's gonna be.
And Fox is a birthday goblin of much joy. Fox likes going down to a parent's place and we watch fire. Right?
Play board games with my family, and if it's not raining, because my birthday is in winter, the best season, my dad makes a fire, and I love the fire, because it smells like fire, and it looks like fire.
You're just no knowledge of any events, officer.
But does it look fire?
Fire is definitely a cool
Does not everybody feel this way?
thing. Again, this is a normal thing for a normal brain.
Very nice.
Oh,
And of course, then I get to go hang out with my lovely family on the other side. Play board games with younger people,
yeah.
who are also really cool, and they're not listening to this, so I can safely say they're great and they'll never know.
I think I have some emotion.
Honestly, I do kind of hope they don't listen to this, not because there's any, like, just because, like, go find entertaining things to do with your time.
Bah!
I'm a boring uncle.
Oh, you're asking.
Like,
for it,
I
pal.
show up, we play board games, I do occasionally do a magic trick. Like,
Down.
I am a cringe relative.
Tell them we're like 12 episodes deep into this game. They're definitely not watching this unless this is their idea of something entertaining.
Yeah, it's fair.
So stop disclaiming it.
Yeah. I don't know, I just get... Like, one of the things I was really anxious about, which I think is an anxiety born from the webcomic era, in fact. But one of the things I was really anxious about growing up was the idea that young people would become part of my life, and I would be like, well, I have to be able to share young people stuff with you, and that will make me feel old. And the thing is, it doesn't, because they're getting the same stuff. They're getting Transformers and...
Yeah, you weren't counting on the 80s and 90s nostalgia waves dominating pop culture.
and Star Wars and you know, Disney and all the same things, and it just makes me feel sad. Like,
Pokemon?
yeah,
Pokemon that just never fucking goes away?
these kids in the now, in general,
Ugh.
should be playing
Don't like that.
things that I've never heard of. They should, like, every time a piece of completely new slang enters my lexicon,
Just keep on my
I'm
head.
actually quite
You'll be
glad to hear
sorry.
about it, because, like, yeah, yes, there should be a nice, easily delineated boundary that they can point to and go, that's not old person stuff. But if they can ask me about Transformers, I can give them an answer, and for that answer to still be true, like, that's a chokehold on the culture that, like, we don't deserve.
I will say this goes two ways. Because there's been this amazing renaissance in kids shows where they're like super good even if you're an adult.
I heard a phrase that just twisted my ears this week, which is, have you seen the new Care Bears show? It's really good.
What?
And I don't know if I should trust that, or if it's just a person who's like into a particular style of animation.
That sounds wild to me. But that is the exact same experience I had when someone told me the new My Little Pony show was good.
Yeah.
And they were right.
Yep. And like, part of that is that My Little Pony had... I guess the thing is, in my mind, My Little Pony has headroom to be good. Because it's such an underdeveloped thing. Whereas, like, there is so much Care Bears, and I know about Care Bears, and I know it's all as deep as a... You're giving me such a look. What? Did you not know I know about Care Bears?
Well, I didn't, but let's set that aside for a moment, because you seem to think much more highly of My Little Pony than I ever did.
Well...
Like, they were very comparable in terms of they have two characters. And they're just repeated with different color palettes.
Yeah, that's
and a
fair.
different logo.
That's
I
fair.
think I hear something.
And all the fucking 80s stuff that existed for them was absolutely fucking insipid.
Alright, so new theory. Finding the bottom tier of various different types of things. Right?
Oh! Sorry, I've had this one loaded to go for a long time.
Yep.
The bottom tier of American cartoons for girls was always Lady Lovely.
I was about to bring up Lady Lovelocks, a show from which there is exactly one good episode.
There is one good episode. And for that matter, one good character.
And why is it the good
And
episode?
one good concept,
Why
and
is
they're all the same guy.
Why is it a good episode?
And
Because
it's the guy.
one that they can focus on a guy.
Yeah. Yeah, well, nothing interesting ever fucking happens to the girls, so it had to be about him. He's the only one who's got anything going on.
Whereas, in the context of boy stuff, there's just tons more of it. I'm way more familiar with it, obviously. And there is the stuff that exists in the middle space, like the Wurzels. Do you remember this? This was a Disney series.
Yeah.
Take a
Yeah,
spin in
like
the
that
brain
kind of
tumor?
exists. Like Gummy Bears. I wouldn't consider Gummy Bears boy stuff, but it's definitely boy coded more than it is girl coded.
Yes.
Gummy Bears and
Ready
like
to go
Disney
to
stuff in
collective
general
unconscious.
very much veers to the center of the line in as much as the line exists. Like their whole goal was not to segregate their audience like that, I think.
But despite the attempt to like avoid that segregation, there are still like very clear sexist and misogynistic structures lined up because like
Oh, sure, but
you know,
they're in the girl shows too.
but like consider DuckTales, right? DuckTales has 2 women?
Oh, that's true, yes. A housekeeper and a baby.
Yeah. The new DuckTales absolutely curb stomps it.
Yeah.
Love that.
Same
But it's
as
still mostly about dudes. Even if Weber is the best character and I love her to pieces.
I mean, not in the original. She's a
New.
dumb,
Well, this
useless
place
baby.
is still up and running.
But then
guess
again,
so.
Sucks so
can't
bad.
stop
I mean, there's a reason I didn't watch DuckTales, because I watched an episode and it was like, oh, the girl is pink and useless.
uh-huh.
Cool. I guess this isn't for me.
Anyway, but for boy cartoons, like the explicitly toyetic, we are almost certainly being made by Kenna or Nelvana. Very, very much targeted at the boy market groups. You've got just so many things that you can point to and go, no, that's the worst one. No, that's the worst one. No, that's the worst one.
It makes a lot of sense for the ones where the toy came first to be so much more aggressively gendered, because toys are so aggressively gendered.
Yeah.
Particularly in that era. I mean, definitely still now, but if nothing else, at least we have shit like Pokemon that was like, no, we would like all the children's money, please.
Yeah. And also, Pokemon is like easily 10 years after the stuff I'm talking about.
Yeah, that's why I said in that era.
Yeah. You have... So like, just as an example, you've got the whole family of, like, things that spun off from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
The 3 or 4 fairies who are bros and their token human female friend.
Uh-huh. And, like, there are so many of those, it's
Got
very hard to
bubble
pick, like, a
juice in my
worst
nose
one. But the one that sticks out in my mind as being, like, conspicuously less good
think I
than
hear
all the others is the Cowboys of Moo Mesa.
Oh, I forgot about that one. I've never seen an episode of that.
That is the correct response, though, to an episode. to like, just being reminded of this thing existing. It should be a sort of like, oh, no, it did, didn't it?
I only know it from advertising pages they paid for in the Archie Sonic the Hedgehog comics.
Uh-huh.
That's where I've seen Cowboys of Moo Mesa.
Yeah, Cowboys of Moo Mesa is... Like, you know, so like, broadly speaking, right? These shows are dealing with pretty paper-thin character archetypes.
can't remember
Like, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles actually did a pretty good job of codifying 4 distinct personalities. And DuckTales, by comparison, the boys are the boy.
Oh, yeah, that was always one of the things that... Well, that was always... This is one of the things that really impressed me about the new series. It was like, oh, fuck, they could just be different fucking people, couldn't they?
Yeah.
It'd be really interesting if they had, like, conflicting needs and wants, instead of just being a character you have to draw 3 times in every scene.
Yep.
Always a weird choice.
Very weird characters in
Yeah,
general.
I always thought original DuckTales was pretty weak.
Anyway, but in Moo Mesa, they have 3 main cast members, And then one of them kind of doesn't have a personality. He's just present. You have the gruff one and you have the leader one, and that's what you got.
So they forgot the fun one?
They forgot the fun one.
That's kind of a problem. Like, Mikey's not my favorite turtle, but you need him.
Yeah, your favorite turtle
He's there
is
for
Leo.
a fucking reason. Of course my favorite turtle is Leo. He's so serious.
Yep.
He's so noble. And he
He's-
suffers so...
He's such a good boy.
He's a good boy.
I have a special hate on for turtles right now based on the Magic the Gathering set, just because like what is
Aw.
this fucking doing here, man? And also
Can't
like,
believe they made my boy black.
the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle set has the added problem
Sorry.
of you mean
I mean, black and turns with
Splinter.
magic color, and I'm talking about Splinter. This is not me going, I can't believe they
Racialized
black
the turtles.
coded my turtle. No, definitely not that. I am led to understand that all the turtles are black. You know, that's what Clay told me, and he's never been wrong about this.
Uh-huh.
So.
And Lex, I believe, could also back that one up. Like, I think it was, I think Lex is the one who pointed out to me that like Optimus Prime, like the idea that Optimus Prime isn't black is like a really weird statement of anti-blackness. Like, what is it about Optimus Prime, who is just a good guy, that makes it impossible for him to be black? Like, what does that say about an audience that has that reaction?
Well, I think we all know the answer. The answer is we're familiar with how character signaling works in the kind of shows the Transformers is adjacent to. So when we have a robot, we look at the characters who map onto them, and just coincidentally, they're all boring-ass white guys.
Yeah, but also the idea that a noble, good, proud leader can't be a black guy.
Yes.
Just sort of like, huh, that's a bit of a weird thing, audience.
Because they wouldn't fucking write them that way, would they? I mean, what I'm saying is it's an accurate observation, and what you should be doing is going, oh, that's fucked up, and not, well, obviously, he's not black. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so Moo Mesa, quite bad. Not the worst, though, because I think that in the because it's just a Turtles knockoff. And the Turtles knockoff has a bunch of shows that are like, got, like, at least their own personality. You're about to start talking about Black and Mice from Mars, aren't you?
I'm not. Black and Mice from Mars is great.
Yeah.
I mean,
go
it's
on.
not great, but I love it.
Somewhere.
And it's not just because I had a boner for Throttle when I was a kid.
Apparently everyone did.
Well, he's got the voice.
Ah.
And the cute little fringe. And the cool sunglasses. And his girlfriend's dead.
My girlfriend is dead.
That's not fair. It wasn't his girlfriend. It was Vinny's girlfriend.
Ellie, buddy, what you doing? Huh? Yeah.
And he's gone.
Yep. Anyway,
No, I was going to bring up, I feel I have a candidate for this, but it is debatable whether they're really a Turtles show or not. I think they're the end of the Turtles evolutionary line, where they were like, no, we have to fork back closer to the original formula because this was a fucking disaster. But I was going to say Mighty Ducks.
yes, Mighty Ducks is a very good example of a, like, worst in show.
It's so bad.
Indeed. One, I don't know if you remember this, listener, but Fox and I did a podcast called the Disney Animated Cannonball,
We did.
in which we watched all of the Disney animated canon of movies, one by one, and then did a podcast talking about it, because part of the point was I had never seen most of them.
Oh man, this is so mean.
And because I hadn't seen most of them, that meant that they were new to me. It was something else to do during 2020's more time-intensive moments of, you know, do nothing, sit at home and be quiet, which, you know, I'm down with. We've kind of made that into a hobby now.
I mean, what was I gonna spend ISO doing other than talking to my favorite person in the world? This is just a way to put that on record.
Yeah, I really feel bad for all the people who like complaining about how annoying their roommates were during COVID, because I'm like, yeah, I'm sorry, I'm spending it all with my wife, who I love.
I did.
It's
I mean,
rough, buddy.
one of the great weird emotional leftovers from that time for me is always that, like, I get why it sucked. I get why it sucked for a lot of people. And on the rare occasion when I ever did want to do something, it was kind of a bummer. But, like,
Broadly speaking,
it was
2020 was
almost
pretty good.
entirely upside. But I don't want to make light of anyone who, you know, actually fucking got the disease or lost someone or lost their job. Like, lots of fucking bad stuff happened. But, like, because the unions actually managed to, well, I mean, it wasn't what they wanted. Because some kind of income compensation happened, and because lockdown finally actually happened, and because I could work from home, and because I got to spend it with you and my dog, it was kind of one of the best times of my adult life. And that's a very weird thing to be left with in a time that is so fraught for so many valid reasons. To look back and go, yeah, but it was the one time in my life nobody expected me to come to a fucking party just because.
Or a work meeting.
And I have been able to stay work from home since, which is fucking huge for me. Because it turns out I have at least some amount of a disability.
Yep.
And I benefit tremendously from not having to spend, you know, 3/4 of an hour on a bus both ways. And work in a tiny hot office. Yeah, it's a weird situation.
Yeah. And like, for a lot of people, it's like, how dare you bring this up? How, like, everyone suffered during COVID. I'm like, I'm sorry, your government's incompetent, mate. I'm real sorry. It's rough.
It's not like we were all crash on about it, but, you know, we got our shit together better than a lot of louder countries.
And I, in particular, am part of was in a work position where I was in a job that has a remarkably robust union, which meant, amongst other things, no one lost their job. And instead we went, all right, if you're old enough to retire, please consider retiring to make sure there is money in the budget to hire the people who currently can't retire. So we had a whole bunch of people take early retirement rather than deplete the workforce, which was such a cool thing that they have the union be in position to negotiate.
Yeah. And you know, who doesn't want to retire early if they can actually fucking afford to retire early, right?
And
that's good for everyone, because it does. Yeah, you know, the fewer people who are looking for work relative to the number of positions, the better your ability to negotiate and advocate for yourself is going to be.
It's especially funny in my case, though, because one of the people who retired was my PhD supervisor. So in addition to my PhD being put on hold because of the pandemic until, God, 2022.
Yeah, that one's pretty rough.
Yeah. I also lost all this infrastructural value from my supervisor. And I was like, all right, I kind of got to rebuild everything from scratch.
But you're getting it.
Yeah. The
PhD is a thing that is allowed to take time.
Yeah. But yeah, the nature of the arrangement, in that, like, when we were watching that, you know, series of movies, was that meant that for some reason or another, we wound up watching, like, there was definitely a period of like, well, do we keep doing this? Like, do we want to keep watching movies from this source?
It was also, I don't know if you recall, but it was also when we were actually paying for Disney Plus.
Yeah.
So I was kind of just going through the backlog and exhausting things like, hey, was this ever any good? Let's check it out. Yeah, it wasn't that bad. Doesn't all hold up, but it's fine. Was this ever any good? Oh! No, this was never any good. This was a disaster.
And so the thought was, when we've done with the animated canon, if we want to keep doing movies, I could see 3 or 4 forks in front of me about things to do next. And one of the options was to do the sequels and midquels.
Ah, yes. The awful midquel, prequel, sequel environment of Disney movies. It is not a fertile ground.
Yeah, the big problem with that is that there would be very few examples where a thing could surprise us by being good.
And I can confirm that is true because I have seen almost all of them already. And there's about 3 that aren't awful. And the awful ones are really, really like, oh, there's some bad shit in there. Absolutely rancid. Yeah, so there'd be a lot of hate watching that. Which that did end up being in the animated Cannonball as well.
Yeah, it's because, like, Disney's animated canon is really quite mid, if not actively
every
bad.
figment in this mine.
Like, not trying to be, you know, to puke on anyone's pants there, but, like, it is overwhelmingly mediocre movies made by someone who hated children.
The shine comes off them a lot. I felt, how I imagine you must feel. Ooh, beautiful. I felt as I imagine you must have felt watching this, many times when trying to read classic literature. Just like, you know, I can see that this was important. I can see why this had the impact that it did. I can see why it shaped things the way that it did. But, like, you know, the presentation of women in this is fucking rancid.
Yeah. Representation of children ain't good either.
Nothing here is remotely queer enough.
Aha!
And it
That's
just,
always
you know, you can understand the place something occupies in a cultural canon without remotely liking it. Or thinking well of it yourself.
Is it
No,
time to
sure.
take a spin in the brain tumbler?
Now,
Yes.
how are you feeling?
I'm ready to go to the collective unconscious.
I feel great. I've been chatting with my favorite person for, what, like an hour?
45 minutes.
Only 45
A
minutes?
little under an hour.
There you go.
And now we have to talk a little bit about Goblin Brain. Because what we have left now are the 2 longer worlds that remain to be done, which are Bob's Bottles and Cassie's collection. Okay? And I'm not, and for Cassie's collection, it's mostly finding books and figments. I think I'll be fine for that. Bob's is a bit more time-consuming because it's a very large thing. It's harder for me to track it. I'm not as good at finding figments in Bob's as anything else. But I don't know if that will be 15 minutes, and I don't know if you want to... Because here's the thing. This is why Goblin Brain comes up. Starting one of these and stopping strikes me as a guaranteed way to agitate the Goblin Brain.
Ah, no, we just finish when we need to. It's okay.
Okay.
Well, if we'd been doing one-shotting these, it would be different.
Yeah.
But the fact that we gotta leave and come back anyway.
Yeah.
That's whatever.
And that's one of the things I think in the design of this game is really good. The fact that they've made it so it's impossible to perfectly one-shot anything. You have
Hey,
to get
look at
extra
Cassie
powers
over
to come
there.
back to earlier
Getting
worlds.
along with-
So,
Asterisk,
Herself.
asterisk speedrun?
yeah, I guess there are definitely worlds where you can just, like, you know, bullshit your way through walls and stuff, but, like...
There's hundo bullshit for this, right?
I don't know, but I do know that there is a speedrunner who has done a speedrun of this with Tim Schafer and the level designer of Psychonauts 2 as commentary crew.
Oh, wow.
What's that sound?
Where did
May
they
I
fall
trouble
on
you
the
for a
continuum between what have you done and, oh, that's amazing.
Honestly, it makes me... I like the developers a lot, in particular, for how they talk in this whole section. Because, like, it does indeed start with, like, what? How are you doing? And then gets to, oh my goodness, that's interesting. And, oh, that's actually really cool. And eventually you wind up at the point where where Tim falls into silence. He's like, I'm sorry, I'm just so fascinated about how does this work? How did you work that out? That's... and, like, I like that.
I'm definitely in that camp. Like, obviously, I've not made anything that would be speedrunnable.
Where
the
it
only
just goes
games I've
speedrun, go!
Actually made, visual novels, so... You know, turns out you can press fast forward and that's all you get it. That's the strat. But, like, if I were to have worked on a game with something like a physics engine, or you know, clips or something like that, I would be fucking fascinated to see what runners found. Like, that's so interesting. Imagine someone just poking your shit so much that they were able to find things that, like, I mean, obviously you didn't put that in there, but you would never even have imagined were possible, despite the fact that you made the thing. That's just so cool to me.
Yep. Yep.
I guess it would probably upset you more, the closer you were to the, you know, my code is a perfect masterpiece end of the spectrum.
Well, you work with CSS, so you know that's never true.
Well... That's neither here nor... Wow, there's shitloads of Figment here. You just never even really bothered going after them at this point, I think.
Well, I'm trying to remember the code to make this thing go up.
There's a code?
I'm trying to remember what you do to make this thing fly upward.
Is it... I mean, do you not just, like, lever something further up or something?
Dude. Ah! That's annoying.
Whoops.
Oh.
I'm getting a bit snuffly, so I'm gonna find my way to a tissue real quick and just leave you with chat for a while, okay?
Hi there, chat. It's just you, and me, and my gods. Okay, yeah. This slot on the ground that moves the orb. Okay, I've got to get up to the orb level. Is there a shortcut up to the orb level? Oh, via the books. Now, bums. There's a nice looking hole punch. That's right, this is the single applications you get from
Just realize that's definitely audible on the record.
I am sure that they all heard that elephant die in our kitchen.
Here's another one! Got him!
Much smaller elephant that time. This is Fox's reference in play form to the Orwell essay Shooting an Elephant. I've clearly got to swap the buttons these two are on, because I keep on fucking it up. B to F. The letters most likely be down to fuck. Does this one move? I don't think it does. Oh, fuck me! Overcorrected on the jump. And now, like, no one's ever noticed anything was different. Hey, Fox, how you doing?
Oh, I'm good.
Did you have fun finding that pterodactyl off screen?
Nearly got me. But, took him out with a headlock. Yeah, that's right. Don't fuck with Goblin. Our long arms and powerful shoulders will take care of it.
It's especially funny because the pterodactyl is about the same size as, like, a bat. Pterodactyls weren't big.
They're that small? Oh, right. No, I'm thinking of
Pteranodon.
of Pteranodon, yeah.
Pteranodon was big.
It's a big fucker.
It's
not
very-
the biggest, though.
No, because the biggest is Quetzalcoatl, which is an absolute hideous size monster, the likes of which evolution doesn't normally produce. One of the biggest problems we have with Quetzalcoatl is that we don't actually know where it's from. We just know where we found its fossils. And because fossils are so large, and the fact that we're pretty confident it could do a standing takeoff means that its actual flight range was anywhere.
Actually, in a recent video I watched on pterosaurs, I heard that there's one that they now think might be bigger. It's one they already had, but they have some evidence to suggest that it was bigger than they thought. So there you go.
That's sick.
Or at least a comparable size.
Like, I would not presume to know one way or another. I'm operating on quite old information. It's been a while since I did any research into Quetzalcoatl. But, like, that thing was a giraffe tall.
Really fucking big.
Really, really large. Unreasonably large.
Also, in that way that I really appreciated, codified something that I had like instinctively noticed, but couldn't have told you what it actually was, which is the difference between a bat wing and a pterosaur wing.
Oh yeah. Aside from just fucking huge.
Well, I mean, there's big bats and small pterosaurs.
Uh-huh.
As we just discussed, there's some adorably tiny pterosaurs. They're so cute.
Uh-huh. You've seen Bambi Raptor, right?
Well, that's not a pterosaur, right?
No, but it's an example of a very tiny dinosaur. And I know pterosaurs aren't dinosaurs.
But yeah, no, it's about the fingers.
Yep.
Because, of course, on a pterosaur, if you envision that wing, and you actually manage to remember how it looks, it actually has, like, 3 fingers
Got
free of the wing, and it's only the pinky.
Yep.
It's become that big, long, extended thing, and the other ones are just kind of sitting there at the top being like, ah, yeah, I'm useless. It's very cute stuff. Where, of course, for a bat, just the thumb is sticking out the top, and all the fingers are in the wing.
Wow, Ford.
Which also,
So young.
in turn,
I'm sure if
feeds
Cassidy's
into a really
headed
interesting
the
question
beehives,
of how
I'll
do
come
you
back to
draw
my
your
old
dragon's
self
wings.
someday.
Because I would say most people probably draw them Batwing style, right? But
they're very batty.
like, it kind of makes more sense for them to be pterosaur wings, if anything.
Lucretia Mux?
Cassie has memories of
Please,
Lucretia
call me
Mux.
Lucy.
Oh, I like her shawl.
Hi. I don't want to make things awkward.
What an awkward way to describe it.
You kind of murdered my grandma.
Wow.
Well, I don't know who your grandma is, kid, but I don't doubt it. I murdered a lot.
Real Avatar
of people.
Kyoshi energy here.
Wow.
Why did you murder all those people?
She just kind of knows, huh?
Well, this is
don't
Cassie's
really know.
memory.
I was
Yeah.
the
And of
nicest
course, Cassie's
person
memory
during
is
my
both
time at
scattered and a
Green
little
Needle
incomplete.
Gulch.
Ah.
What were you
Right.
doing at Green Needle Gulch?
And
Oh,
unfortunately,
Talen
this is
College
not expecting me to have
recruited
gone and
use
got
my
the information
powers for
that
hydraulic
Lucretia is
titanium
grandma.
mining. Which Kissy told us
But
was
true,
very
yes.
bad for
I thought
the
he was saying
environment,
kind of
but
for that
nobody
reason, but no,
listened
you're
to
right.
her
This
as
is when he
usual.
still thinks she... Yeah. But
Maybe.
I get it. It's because it's the person that
Don't you
Cassie
also go
remembers,
by
but the
another
facts
name?
that Cassie
Oh,
knows. And you just
Galocchio,
kind of gotta layer those on top of each other and go,
Glorious Bane,
I mean,
Red
that's
Wanda.
how it is.
That last one was a stage name for an act that was banned in 3 countries.
Grandma fucked.
Did you used to be friends with Cassie?
Cassie
I love
tried
this
to be
game.
friends with me, but I was too busy
See, it's
making Google
the
eyes at
character's
Fort Collins.
perceptions of characters.
I
That's
ruined
very
everything.
good.
In a lot of ways, this game is like Neon Genesis Evangelion.
So before you became
Mm.
Maligula,
And I'm not joking, and I'm not
were a
making
nice-
fun.
Yeah, everyone you know
person?
has a simulacrum of you in their
People
mind,
are
and it may or may not be as
complicated.
real as you are.
Yep.
You're too young
And
to
the ability to go into people's minds, interact
I'm gonna
with
go.
their simulacra of other
try
simulacra
not to kill
is...
anybody.
Super cool.
Okay,
try.
I'll
No
try. No promises.
Don't make that face. It's not her fault.
Yeah. This is all Cassie's memory. Do I have that
She's
tag?
the memory of a nice person you didn't really know, combined with the reality that that person killed your grandma.
I don't have that tag. Ah, balls. Gonna have to come up
Ah, balls!
I think I hear some emotional baggage nearby. I
Yeah,
need the steamer trunk
steamer trunk
tag
tag for this guy. Alright, well, if I've got to come up here anyway again. Wait, let's just check the other side to make sure I'm not forgetting something.
Like a steamer trunk
Like a
tag.
steamer trunk tag.
It's a distinct possibility, is all I'm saying.
Okay, no.
So what did Ford say? Because I missed anything he was on about.
Just keep taking care of the hives, and everything will come back.
What?
I see!
There's a lot of what I wish they'd tell me.
That's also something that the versions of people in your head can do. Alright, bad news. I think I see another pterosaur.
Oh, that was an elephant.
Well, I mean, it's like that story where the blindfolded guys are all feeling up an elephant, and one of them's like, "Oh, it's got big leathery wings. It must be a pterosaur." That's how that story goes, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Pretty sure.
And if it isn't how it goes, it's how it should go.
Could you give me a
Alright,
lift?
little guy. There's no place I've collected all of this stuff. It's like everywhere you're missing something.
Boo!
And worse, it's almost always going to
That
be every
always
place you're
makes me a
missing
little dizzy.
one thing.
Oh, hello, Ellie.
Fuck me.
It's pretty bad form to talk to my dog on record, but I mean, you should see him chat. He's just looking really cute. It's not my fault. I gotta do it.
Uh-huh.
Have you seen my dog? He's great.
Yep.
Let's see if he'll sit still long enough for me to add a photo for context.
Yeah, because I'm definitely going to edit that in.
Oh, not into the video. You can, like, post it in the description.
I'm definitely not going to do that.
Well, anybody who wants to see my beautiful dog can go to my Mastodon account.
There you go.
Which is what they could do anyway.
It's a piece of advice.
There we go. Terrible photo. Perfect.
It's a piece of advice I learned a long time ago from Twitter. Which is how many pictures on your phone are screenshots of someone you hate versus how many pictures of your wife. And in my case, because we don't do pictures in this family, it's pictures of the dog. Right? Like, how much time am I spending on people who I think suck versus look at the dog is adorable.
How about I concentrate on the things that make me happy rather than the things that make me want to eat my own
Hey,
head.
little buddy.
Yep. And it's
I
just,
need to get
and
somewhere
a big
quick.
part that's because that website, Twitter itself, was just a fucking rage machine. It was designed to keep you engaged, and when they nutted out the science of
Thanks for the ride.
people are engaged if they're pissed off and sad all the time. If people are always looking into the rectangle that wants you to be screaming, it turns out that there's a lot of screaming to be
We
done.
would have done
And, like,
more,
why
but
aren't
we
you
got
screaming?
full.
These
This
people are
rectangle. This rectangle.
The rectangle, yes. The Torment Nexus.
I love these book
This
cuts.
carving is beautiful.
This looks so cool. Like, that's what I'm saying, Raz. Exactly.
I really do wonder about asking my sister of all people if she could make some of this stuff.
She did do some lovely book folding.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
How many we got? Like
11 to go.
11. Oh,
But,
well,
like-
there's one of them.
Yep, and it comes looping back around onto the tightrope. So all I have to do is sit tight here for a bit.
B.
Big receipt roller.
B. Get your ass down here, B. No, B! Well, at least now we know where our crosses are.
Yeah, we'll just patiently wait and look again at the big receipt roller.
Look elsewhere. I want to see if I can spot some figments.
Oh.
I mean, that's a good way to waste our standing around time, right?
Uh-huh.
I wish there weren't so many neon signs on things in these stages.
Yeah, it's like they're trying to make it hard.
Very rude! Does the water around here have ones that pop in and out of it? I know some stages
think
have
I
that.
hear some-
Uh-huh.
Seems rude to do it for this water.
It's true, they do.
Boy, my sinuses are unimpressed with this evening. I was fine when we started recording.
Uh-huh.
If I have to call it early, I'll let you know.
It wouldn't be early. We're well past early.
I mean, early is in before the point where I would normally have called it.
Fair enough. And also, I
That's
guess, before the point we are done with this particular domain, which is
Yeah.
the thing we're trying to do.
Exactly.
This pencil, though, that's messed up.
This is messed up, yes. Yes, correct. Your pencil should not do that.
Pencils only do this when they're very distressed.
Oh, look at the droopy rubber.
See, as an Australian, I have seen that.
Well, there's one.
God damn it.
I mean, that's the correct choice when you miss that jump.
Yep.
I think you just gotta leave the balloon until you're, until you're lower down, right?
Balls. I'm gonna have to go back manually.
You're gonna respawn on that platform. Nope, nope,
Good,
you're
good.
okay.
Good, good, good.
Thanks, game. Appreciate it.
But yes, as an Australian, I have seen droopy rubbers like that. But like, so...
Oh, you're suggesting they've gotten hot enough to melt?
Yep.
Yeah.
So there are 2 series that are my go-to hallmarks for no one fucking remembers this, and they're quite bad. Like, normally one of the things I do like doing with media is like looking back on things that have a place in history
Oh, he was so close.
and that don't quite work, right? Like, you know, we can tell you were trying, you were doing something with a degree of earnestness and effort that's like, it's kind of admirable, right? Like Brave Star. Brave Star wanted to be a show which had probably its first like front and center Native American character in any cartoon of its type.
It had some good intentions, yes.
And like that's a thing worth respecting. But Brave Star itself, lots of other problems. It's not a particularly good show. And like whatever. Same thing with Thundercats. All of these shows, there is someone trying and someone failing. But the show that is my go-to point of wow, like no one was trying to do a good job here was Mask.
Yes.
And Mask is really interesting as a historical artifact because it was toy-led.
Hey!
Yeah, got it. It was toy-led in that it was made by Kenner getting the toys together and then being like, okay, we have these designed for toys, you now need to come up with a narrative to string this stuff together. As opposed to the situation with Transformers where the toys already existed, right? But the toys were disparate and they didn't have any connective tissue. Kenner had absolute control, so if they wanted to change how a character looked in the toys, they could just do that before they made the show. And they never did.
I say, oh, well, yeah. I mean, I don't think there's too much of a difference with those two things, because it's still very much a scenario of, like, the toy will be what the toy needs to be, and you will construct something out of those pieces. Like, I doubt they, you know, sent the first couple of episodes to storyboard and then went, it'd work a lot better if this guy was XYZ instead. And, the toy team would have been like, alright, instead of, what are you talking about? Leave us alone.
It would be real nice. It would be real nice for you if we did that way, but we didn't.
We didn't. Yeah, it's done. You want us to put a toy back in development because one plot device would work better if you... No, absolutely not.
No, but like broadly speaking, if this character could be blonde when they weren't blonde originally. Can you believe the agonies this poor dog is suffering?
Poor Ellie.
Yeah, it's rough. It's rough in the big city.
It must be terrible being so comfortable in your beanbag.
Yeah, the beanbag that we have out here just for him. After we took the beanbags and replaced them with this lovely little custom-made bed for him, and then he went to the garage looking for the beanbags.
I mean, to be fair, he loves that bed, and he used it a whole bunch. But then at some point, he just seemed to be like, oh, I've remembered that there's a beanbag as well, and I want it back.
Uh-huh.
I think maybe he just likes rotating beds, like variety or something.
It's how he handles the walk. But yeah, so like Mask is just, for a start, it's a much worse type of show. It's more boring, everything is simpler, all of the character and interpretation of everything is just for a much less, I guess, kid-focused version of everything.
Damn it. Sorry, plane res gets me every time.
He really does.
Why doesn't he look like a paper plane while he's doing that? That would make so much more sense, and be much less disappointing.
He does look like a figment of a paper plane.
Right, but he doesn't look like a figment of you when he's you.
It's true.
Meow.
But yeah, but in Mask, your central character is a billionaire, and the villain is a thief. And, like, setting aside the way that sentiments has changed about billionaires, it does mean that, like, everything that Matt Tracker is doing is usually solvable with just the fact that he's a billionaire. Which means every single scenario they enter into tends to just be kind of boring.
Like how Batman's Batmaning has become less and less necessary as the wealth gap increases.
Yeah. When Batman's money meant that he basically had access to a bottomless workshop that he could dick around in forever, it was a very different thing to now, where it's like, well, the problems of Gotham have to be, like, structural real estate problems. Like, they have to be on the level of actual economic disparity of the current now.
Yeah, stop playing fancy dress and build a school, you dumb fuck.
Yeah, which, you know, that's not helpful.
It's not helpful, and it's not interesting. No one wants to see the Batman builds a school story.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I imagine that anyone who wants to get into this conversation will point out that he does, in fact, build schools. It's just...
He probably does.
You know, I don't care.
Yeah, so, like, it's not actual advice, it's just... Well, I mean, you kind of... who was to know that the path of capitalism would inevitably write you into this corner?
Yeah, who would have thought that capitalism would make even Batman bad? So, Mask has the crew of Mask are fundamentally just a bunch of extremely tedious mopes who are all more or less the same guy, and their characterization is determined by what accent the three voice actors can do.
I was gonna say, they had some stuff going on. Like, they had a Japanese-American guy, and you could tell because he did, like, wise statements and martial arts, right?
Confucius say, no, he didn't do martial arts. Are you fucking nuts? They're not going to animate martial arts. They're going to animate a character with a mask as their eyes glow when pulses come out of it, and that's it.
Sorry, I mean do martial arts as in we were told he knew martial arts.
Oh yeah, he was a martial arts expert. That was definitely in his bio.
Yeah.
But also...
Sorry, do is ambiguous here, you're correct. I meant do martial arts like the same way you might
Donatello
do
does
aerobics.
machines.
He attends a class at the community center kind of thing.
Yeah. It's rough. It's trying. Like, it is a game. It is a show that had a Japanese-American protagonist in the early 90s. That wasn't a common thing. That wasn't something every show had. And, you know, someone had to be the first. It's a shame that the first was him. Because he's a nothing burger of a character.
Well, you know, much like Marshall Berry, the firsts very often suck.
Yeah.
Because no matter how well-intentioned they are, they're coming from a place of clumsy inexpertise.
Yeah, and also for a lot of them, so there's this idea of character design, right? Like, characters have a design that's meant to tell you stuff and signify things about them, and that there's a certain degree of, like, open slots. Like, a character can be only so many things at once before they start feeling overloaded, and the overloadedness becomes part of a problem, and it's easy to lose track of it. And like it or not, white people don't consider being white one of the slots. They kind of consider...
No, of course not.
That's
the default. That's why there's so many white people in anime.
Yeah, they kind of consider Irish, you know... there is a variety of forms of spicy white.
Ginger.
Being a ginger isn't bad, but, like, it's not a high value
It's
one.
a form of spicy white is what I'm saying. Like, you'll get, like, an Irish or a Scottish.
Ellie, my friend, what are you doing?
Person. And they'll be a redhead, because otherwise how would you know they're Scottish or Irish? Except when they're talking.
I'm just repeating jokes I've used elsewhere now, but one of my favorite ones in the conversation I had with Doc about what I found as the Christmas episode of Mask was...
Oh no.
Oh, don't worry, there's nothing Christmassy in it, but it's great.
What?
Yeah. It aired on Christmas Eve, and it has nothing to do with Christmas. It's just like they had that little care. No one planned for it. No one gave a shit enough to go like, let's make sure there's a Christmas episode to sell our toys to kids who might want our toys at Christmas.
I guess it's not a show where you need to, like, save up the good stuff for ratings period, huh? Because, like, I'm used to shows stopping over Christmas because of non-ratings period, and then the stations just put on what the fuck ever.
Yep. And that's why there's a TV channel in the United States that screens It's a Wonderful Life 24 hours a day for most of December.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
That's fucked up.
it's free.
I,
They don't gotta pay anyone for it.
I won't go in on it because I've talked about how fucking weird the idea of seasonal movie culture is before, but
Yeah, it's an odd one.
you know, I understand that part of that is just because I live somewhere nice and we went outside for Christmas.
So the usual barometer for this stuff is G.I. Joe.
Here you go, buddy.
G.I. Joe was the first buy a lot of dolls toy game for little boys in the 80s and early 90s. And as a natural consequence, and like G.I. Joe is also like a long-standing brand. I think he was established in the 60s.
Yeah, the brand is older, but did the cartoon start before stuff like Transformers and whatnot?
I cannot say for sure. My impulse is that G.I. Joe started slightly later, but I think that's because the Transformers like walked so it could run.
Like, I know the dolls are super old because they used to be like doll dolls.
Yeah, it used to be
They
12
used to
inch.
have fucking cloth dresses and stuff.
Yeah, it used to be the 12-inch dolls instead of the 5-inch dolls, which is like the only imperial measurement for anything I can fucking remember. G.I. Joe dolls were a whole family
Could you give me a
of
lift?
thing. Well, there's still some stuff to find. Where am I gonna... Let me see.
In many ways, the G.I. Joe deciding that boys didn't want to deal with clothing is probably one of those, like, key moments in the divergence of boy toys and girl toys. Like, I mean, they were army guy dolls, so they were obviously always intended to be boy toys, but the idea of, no, the play and the features need to be different, not just the concept of what the thing is.
And like, cheapness of oil is one of the big things that led to G.I. Joe as a brand revitalizing the way it did. This is one of the reasons why.
Yep.
Have I ever mentioned to you the flag?
Black. The battleship?
Yeah, the USS Flag.
I'm familiar with it.
Yeah,
Not directly from you, but
famous toy.
you know, I've watched a few fucking
toy
what's it even
YouTubers.
fucking called?
Toy
Why
Galaxy.
can't I remember? Toy Galaxy, thank you.
Yep.
Can't I fucking remember the name of the channel while I'm trying to represent my creds? The worst possible moment
Shout
to
out,
forget what fucking Toy Galaxy is called.
shout out to Toy Galaxy for being extremely normy and also failing to embarrass me.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, so, yeah. I mean, obviously it was just a lot fucking cheaper to make little plastic men rather than big plastic men with actual cotton clothes.
And the flag itself is just like a testimony to how cheap oil-based plastics were at that point in history. Because, like, you couldn't make that toy that simply. And, oh, hello.
Ellie.
Hello.
Tag.
Right there across the way. There's our steaming truck tag now.
Nice.
How do I get to you? Okay, you're over there in the fish market, so I need to get there and clamber around all that somehow. Okay. Yeah. Is there anything up here?
Ah, yes, the goop grinding.
Everyone loves a bit of a goop grind. But yeah, so like G.I. Joe had Christmas episodes. The Christmas episodes actually were pretty honestly thoughtful. The most notably, the one that when I did talk about that one with Doc on my blog, which unfortunately I did make a video out of. I should go back and make a video out of it. With Doc's permission, of course. But that one is really significant because there is a character who doesn't like Christmas. And it turns out that it's not because he had a traumatizing experience. He's just got seasonal affective disorder. Like, they didn't have a name for it. He's just like, I just get really depressed around Christmas. And they handled a character who has some degree of PTSD with a degree of seriousness. And then also Cobra Commander released a gas that turned everyone into toys.
Hang on a minute.
Yes?
So, you said he's just got seasonal affective disorder, but then you said trauma.
There are two characters.
Okay.
So, like, one of them is like, I don't like Christmas. And they're like, oh, what's wrong? And he's like, nothing. I just don't like this time of year and it makes me sad. And then there's the other character who's like, yeah, I lost someone at Christmas, so I don't like it. And the solution isn't, now I love Christmas. It's just, yeah, this is the thing that happens. We have to be respectful to one another. And then, again, Cobra Commander spills a gas that turns everyone into toys, which happen to look exactly like the toys you could buy this Christmas.
Oh yeah, I didn't even think about that. That's pretty fiendish.
It's quite frankly really... And that's the thing, there's an extra bit of a brain cell in the head for almost everything to do with G.I. Joe versus a lot of its competitors.
I guess when you said turns everyone into toys, I was imagining like, they turned into a wind-up dog.
No,
And,
they shrink...
They skateboard and shit like that. But no, they just turned into the toy versions of themselves. So.
It's shrinking gas. It turns their their vessels into...
Oh no!
Uh-huh.
Oh, bold move.
Honestly, you've got to respect it on one level.
Somebody was very, very happy with themselves after they came up with this concept. Like, I'm a god among marketers.
There are lots of things in the history of these toy lines where there's a sort of like, you just knock off it. Like, you did it. You successfully solved it. You can just go, like, you're not going to do anything better than that all day. Don't worry about it. Go home and get some sleep.
Here's
this
the
blanket for
steamer
you.
trunk tag.
No, I don't want it anymore.
Why would you want the blanket when he's got the ability to hold our attention and bark?
I just finished giving him treats.
I know. It's a diabolical plan of his.
He's playing the other parent.
Uh-huh.
Papa, I never get any treats.
I know that's a lie, but I want you to shut up. Also, these treats are small enough and he is dumb enough that he's like genuinely confused. Like, did I get it all?
They are, in fact, a normal treat torn up into, like, 6 pieces.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot more effective to distract him that way.
Uh-huh. Resulting in what we call dog sugar.
Oh, that's not dog
May
sugar.
I trouble
Dog
you?
sugar is what's left in the bag that
Okay.
is just reduced to dust. And all you can do is, like, pour it on his normal food.
Okay, that's everything in the waterfront, which means now we have
Got a little bubble juice.
some
in your
figments
nose that
and a steamer trunk.
Gross!
Every time.
Pop bubble juice in his nose.
Every time. Alright, so there's 2 bags, a half a mind, and some figments, and they're all in this area.
What's
He
that?
definitely does not say that every time. I would have noticed.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, I apologize for sounding like I was Dankpod squawking at you.
My pixel. I love how nakedly Wade's accent is South Australian, and you can like tell.
Not gonna lie, it does my heart good hearing a variety of accents among YouTubers.
And I say that as someone who like, I don't think anyone's hearing my voice and going, ah yes, an iconic Australian voice. I think I sound too weird. Oh, well, there's just figments right there, and I just didn't pick them up the first time I threw, so I guess I'm
Well, there's your problem.
lazy.
You're supposed to pick up the figments.
Balls on toast. Okay. I put this on the wrong button, didn't I? Yeah. Are you hearing this, chat? Is this true?
You know what they should do for the platforming in this game in particular?
Do tell.
They should give you a rewind power.
Because what this thing really needs is to have another accessor which can be a little bit janky.
Well, that ship has fucking sailed, my friend.
Yep.
But like, if there was just a thing you could hit when you fuck up the jump so you don't have to do all the prep again. Because there's a lot of jumps like that in here.
Uh-huh.
And I don't think that having to reset to the point of difficulty is the interesting part, like, ever. Plus, it would make a shitload of sense. Having, like, a fucking Prince of Persia Sands of Time style, 3-second rewind. It's like a very works for fucking psychic superheroes. Power base.
Oh, it's the pretzel maiden.
What's your name?
Guten Tag.
Is she the one who... No, the Pretzelmeister is the one who fell in.
Ooh.
Fell
Where's the
in.
Pretzelmeister?
Papa fell into the pretzel machine.
Oh gosh. I'm so
It's
sorry.
how he would want to go.
Don't worry.
That's right. It's a secret mission.
Really?
I think so. That's why I pushed.
That's what I remembered.
Yep. Oh.
Just
Well, good news. Now there's only like 2 left.
Oh, not this again.
I think if I use projection on this door, my archetype would go
Yep,
in.
that wasn't hard at all.
Thanks, Dross.
Okay.
I appreciate that the game tries to help you. And I appreciate that it tries to do it sort of organically. Oh, there's only 1 left. Because, you know, one of them's right there.
Yeah. Easy now, as Pappy would say. Let me out of here, nerd. But yeah, Mask. One of my favorite details about Mask, as far as like the shonkiness of the storytelling in Mask, is that you knew anytime a woman character showed up, you could guarantee the villains that would show up that week would include the woman villain, and Geo and Mask would recruit the woman hero they had, because
on my back.
because they had one voice actress and she did everything.
I mean, they had a big enough cast that they actually rotated the characters who got to do stuff, didn't they?
Yeah, huge cast of characters, 5 voice actors.
And I'm sure they really spread the spotlight around and didn't just have the same fucking white guy on most of the missions, and then like whatever characters of the week they wanted to bring along.
Really consistently, you would almost always see, because like it very much was tied to what villains they had on deck. Oh god, was it Slyrax, who was one of the villains? Which is just a perfect, like, you know, such a good name, and he's doing a very obvious impersonation of a movie star. I'm not seeing any in here.
It's not. No, that's nothing there.
Looking for a tag as well.
Dum dum dum.
No, still got a tag left?
I think so. Quickly double checking. No, I've got the 2 pieces of
Not Hoffenland?
No, I've got the baggage to find. Well, let's go knock out the baggage that's out here that we know where it is. I say we actually no, we do know. It's I have to go knock it out.
I don't know, fuck.
It's out here, it's up on the upper landing.
Listen, we're in this together, comrade.
Our frustrating time looking things up in game FAQ subtly.
Haven't you seen how streaming works? It's always we.
I'm not streaming, I'm hanging out with you specifically.
You're streaming for me.
No, I'm not.
Am I or am I not watching it on the television screen while you are playing it on the computer?
Alright, well,
Yeah.
shit, you're right.
Yeah. I'm the littlest chat.
Not that little.
Little in height. I'm the shortest chat.
And I have done this on Discord calls with siblings.
Ignore that.
And time slow powers are a great way to just fail impressively on the regular. Yeah, so you had certain characters, like, you had this giant cast of characters supposedly, but they just keep rotating between the same 4. And one of the things you get in an episode of Mask that like was meant to be part of the, well, it's basically the stock footage of an episode, you know, indicating that the Mask crew are magical girls.
Oh, like where the vehicles transform?
Close. In this case, it's the computer helps them assemble the perfect team for this job.
Ah, so it just gives you the promo shot for the characters who are coming this time.
When you bring me
Like,
back
hey,
all of the
look,
bad,
it's guy A and guy B.
Close.
Here
What
they
it
are
did,
doing their introductory animation.
So what you'd get in an episode of Mask is a standard piece of animation, but it wouldn't be... It's not stock footage. They're not reusing the footage.
Oh, really?
Yeah, this is like animated uniquely every time, but it's just... But it also, it is meaningless kind of stuff, so it's kind of padding. But what you'd get is...
I'm astonished it's not stock footage.
Yeah. Well, there is stock footage. Like, anytime the cars did transform, that was stock footage. They stocked the fuck out of that footage. But the thing that I'm talking about here is they go, alright, we're going to do a mission, and here are the parameters I have. I need you to select the best team for this job. And the computer would go, I am selecting this characters with my flat, monotone, feminine voice. And she would select the characters. And then she'd, like, name one of them. And it'd be like, here he is, Dusty something or other. Specialization, disguise and infiltration. Vehicle code name, Rhino. Rhino. Rhino was the semi-trailer. Fucking doesn't
She
matter.
does read out the profile from the back of the toy packet.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then it does a smash cut to the character doing their ordinary everyday life. And then they get a little call on their wristwatch that's like, oh, you gotta go do a mask thing. And then they bail on whatever it is they were doing, right? It's like, oh, I got something so important I have to go do it right now.
Uh-huh.
And that's, you know, that's kind of a fun little character beat. The problem is, one of the characters works in a pet store. So he would routinely be shown giving having a situation where he's talking to someone about a pet, and then his thing flashes and he just disappears, leaving the person sometimes holding the pet. And like, it's kind of funny when that's a matter of like handing a parent a puppy and then bolting. Like, okay, yeah, that's kind of fun. That's a little...
Someone's like, oh, I guess I own a snake now? I'm not sure this is a great choice.
Well, for one of them, he does in fact leave the snake enclosure open and then runs out the door, and there's a little girl looking into the snake enclosure, which, you know, I know that's not actually what they're conveying, but it does have the effect of like, and the little girl was fed to the snake.
That would have to be a pretty big snake.
The girl, her day job. Her day job is Formula 1 driver, and her hobby is martial arts sensei, which is to say she is clearly independent.
So she's got 3 jobs.
Yeah, and also she is clearly independently wealthy and wasting time being like a McNinja at a mall, at a strip mall martial arts school, right? Like, you are not a martial arts instructor to fuel your Formula 1 interests, and you are not a Formula 1 interest being... that is not a job that pays for itself.
No, I don't expect you all making a lot of money teaching American kids to kung fu.
Uh-huh. One figment, one bag. No figments up there.
But, you know, I appreciate they didn't give their token girl girl job and girl hobby, at least.
No, and honestly, it is pretty fun. It's
Like,
just
I seriously did think you were going to say interior designer and her hobby is getting married.
Yeah. Someone's been Lady Lovelocks pilled.
No, look, I'm gonna level with you. I don't think anyone in Lady Lovelocks had ambitions, except for the villain.
Yeah.
That's probably why she was the villain, you know?
And that's why she was the best character in the whole fucking show.
Cassie's emotional baggage is all sorts.
I expect she has a lot of gay fans.
And if she doesn't, the gays are sleeping on it. Happy Pride, everyone! You should like Lady Lovelocks more than you do.
Her name is Duchess Ravenwaves.
God.
Because blondes are good, and girls with black hair are bad.
So my favorite horrifying thing about Lady Lovelocks is, you know about the live-action segments, right?
They were not on any of the tapes I watched, and I suspect that might be because the tapes I had were obviously copies from other tapes.
Yeah.
And that bit had just been left off because it was dog shit.
Yeah.
Because I have since seen it and gone, ah! There would have been no better way to persuade me to never watch this again. You look like you're trying to cosplay a birthday cake. Get out of my sight.
And like, you know, we can't help what we respond to in our youth. There's obviously going to be some things that are some people's... Someone's going to have a favorite thing that is a little cringe, and that's okay.
Look. I'm sure it has fond memories for, girls who liked girl shit.
Honestly, the toys probably look like they were pretty cool.
They're terrible. They're nothing. They're just dolls.
They're just dolls with, like, ridiculously long hair, right? So if
standard.
you're really
Like, they've got long hair, but lots of fucking dolls have long hair.
and the little horrible snibblings things.
I was gonna say, the only kind of gimmick or, like, feature they had was the pixie tails, who were just hair clips who had long tails.
Yeah.
And, like, those were what I was in it for, obviously, because that was a little critter, that was a pet.
Yeah.
Pokemon didn't exist yet, but I craved Pokemon in all times.
The children crave Pokemon.
I also gave them, like, I'm gonna say much more loud personalities than they had in the show.
As in personalities.
Yeah, they all kind of had the same personality, which is thing with a cute voice.
Man, this
Could
fucking
you give me a
thing.
lift?
Make them all New Yorkers.
That'd be pretty funny.
Alright, there's
And
one...
I think they used to say "ix" like every second word as like a cute little speech tick thing that was wildly and stunningly annoying.
the stunningly annoying Johnny.
Yeah, you knew exactly what I was referencing. I'm delighted. Yes, and obviously, you know, the dog who was also a man, because, I mean, that's...
What if your boyfriend was also a dog?
Fox has always been here for that.
Uh-huh.
But I don't even know if they ever made a toy of him, because, you know, he didn't have dresses and hair you could brush. I guess they could have made him brushable, but, you know, any toy whose hair actually gets brushed becomes very feral
So,
before too long.
What's the plan?
This is part of
We were
why I
just
never
trying
liked
to
the girl
figure out
toys,
who
because
has
they
to
always
clean up the
started looking
library.
just manky
The general
as shit,
consensus is
whereas
it
boy
can
toys
wait
tended to
until
hold up.
Well, I'll help you clean up some.
He needs loot.
But it was very frustrating because I didn't want any of the robots or cars or any of that shit.
you, kid.
I just wanted like
Forever.
show accurate characters from the shows I liked, who didn't have weird gimmicks shoehorned onto them that made them look bad. That was probably unusual as a kid.
Yeah, you were a weird little freak. You didn't like the Muppets.
But I would have bought a figurine of the dog is all I'm saying.
Uh-huh.
The dog boy. The boy dog.
The bog.
Why,
The,
I oughta...
the proto-link.
Yeah, Twilight Princess before Twilight Princess. Flippity gibbet. One figment. One figment. One more figment. One more figment. No Australian knows the rest of this song.
I know the rest of that line.
Yeah. Is that the band that does Slice of Heaven?
No, surely not.
No. Like, I have it in my head that it's Aotearoa, but, like, now I'm realizing I don't know why I think that.
I don't think so.
Like, okay, correction. I know Slice of Heaven is Aotearoa.
Yeah, sure.
I
We all know
don't
that.
know. Well, yeah, a bunch of American listeners are like, what the fuck is Slice of Heaven?
Go look it up. Slaps.
And it's the soundtrack to a movie about a dog that Fox would also have accepted
Yeah.
as a boyfriend at one point.
Go read Foot Rot Flats. Why do you think I was into it? Listen, in many ways, the revelation of autocorosexuality made a lot of shit make sense about me. Not the least of which was the fact that I didn't so much have the life or wife line as I had the dog or boyfriend line.
Yeah. And then Link comes along and ruins the whole metric for everybody. And I'm what you wind up with. Like, I'm not complaining, but also, like, there's a definite step down from Link.
And I also had obviously.
My dude.
Hello.
What?
Oh, he wants to play now. Oh boy. We just gotta find one more Figment Alley.
One more figment.
Okay. Sit. Good boy. He did a very good sit, chat.
Pretty confident it can't be in
He's so clever. He can put his butt on the floor.
here. Which is actually remarkably hard for a whippet.
It is a little bit awkward for. I wouldn't say remarkably hard, but like You know, some dogs can relax while sitting rather than needing to lie down, and I don't think Whippets can.
Yeah. I'm more talking about it's hard for a whip because they're so fucking dumb.
Oh.
Did you hear that, Ellie?
I thought he was just talking about your ridiculous cartoon body.
Naked slander of how stupid the dog is.
He was openly mocking you.
You didn't notice.
So
Because
cruel,
again,
Papa.
You're kind of dumb.
Yeah, right. Like a smart dog would have noticed that you were insulting his intelligence. Uh-huh.
Yeah, well, smart dogs know about sarcasm. And that's why there are no smart dogs. Boom! Roasted!
What are you talking about?
I'm not sure at this point. I know where I fuck. There it is.
Oh, of course they were wanting. Oh! Oh, that's fiendish! You gotta, like, get up onto the fucking bee trail?
Oh, I think I remember how to do this.
Bastards.
Yep.
Oh! I can't even actually be mad. I'm so impressed with that.
Figment in this
Ah.
I'm glad that was the last one.
That's pretty good. Thank you for suffering through me struggling around in literature lane.
And me snuffling disgustingly. I hope that didn't get into the microphone too much, and I apologize if it did.
And next time we are going to Bob's Bottles. Oh, that's right. You can't exit the brain from here. I've got to finish this.
You will complete the bees?
Quite appropriate considering what the bees are doing to Cassie. You see, the bees tell you that veneration is not the same thing as respect, and that a queen elevated to a position of powerlessness is, in fact, just as much a slave. Also, bees are weird and stupid.
May I trouble you for a bubble?
But bees are at least a little bit smarter and a little less weird than wasps, which have a variety of parasitic wasps, which are hyperparasites. Which is to say, the parasite doesn't reproduce by parasitizing a creature. It parasites a creature that's parasiting that creature.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Parasiteception.
Yep. Uh-huh. It's like the trigonalides or something like that. Anyway, deeply difficult to say and remember, and they're incredibly rare. Well, okay, no, there are heaps and heaps of species of it, and they're really widespread. But the thing is, you'll almost never know anyone who's seen one, because the wasps themselves last for like 6 days, and all they do during that time is just pump out eggs onto surfaces that caterpillars might eat. Alright then.
Absolutely revolting.
That is an episode of Psychonauts 2, complete with way too much Ellie barking.
Yay!
You wicked hound.
Everybody talk too much.
Yeah.
But most of all, Ellie.
I love you very much, boy.
But not you, chat. You were very well behaved.
You're incredibly well behaved. You get a biscuit too. Okay, now, open wide. And